Hey guys, JB here. I'm at Mazda Raceway Laguna Seca for the 11th round of the IMSA WeatherTech Sports Car Championship. And as you know, I've been doing all this social media for Lexus Racing USA throughout the season, and it's been truly enlightening getting to know the drivers, seeing the race cars up close, and really seeing how determined and ambitious their whole race program is. But I haven't done a lot of driving, and as you know, I like driving, and I'm not going to this weekend either. But I'm going to get the next best thing, which is a very special passenger ride with their superstar driver, the veteran of sports car racing, perhaps one of the winningest sports car drivers in history, Scott Pruett. And he's going to take me around in this. It should be a lot of fun, and we're going to plug in right now to our in-car content that we did for their Facebook Live. Hope you enjoy it. All right, guys, well, this is a very exciting Facebook Live for yet another episode of Lexus Racing USA with JB at a racetrack, and I found myself the ultimate shot. Okay, Scott, that's enough. Scott Pruett, obviously, you have been racing at this racetrack, I mean, since they did the original course, right?
Yes, long time.
I was watching in Marion's, which is the catering catering tent. I was watching a video from 1987. And this corner right now, we're heading up over the brow, must have been mind-blowing.
It was mind-blowing, and then you think you didn't actually go and break down into turn one like we're getting ready to here. You were just flat. I mean, flat, kink, flat, another kink. So I raced here in both Indy cars that way, as well as, remember, this is pretty close to my home, so yeah. Raced go-karts here.
Oh, dear.
And back in the late 70s, and had a lot of great memories at this track.
And of course it is very special with the fans as well, isn't it? Because they've seen everybody, every kind of race car, every type of category, and the world's top drivers have all made their way over the decades to this track.
Without a doubt, and everybody who comes here loves this place. It's challenging, it's tough, it's going to be really busy with all the different cars out here at the same time. And you know, more than anything else, you got to realize this is truly one of those tracks you go to where the fans can see a lot of action, because you have all these hills all the way around the track, and you see all these guys, campers and cars and bleachers, and you see a lot of great racing.
Yeah, it's a very organic racetrack in the fact that it seems to be as one with the mountain. But now we're heading up to, what, the most iconic corner in motorsport?
Without a doubt. The corkscrew, you brake hard, you don't even actually see the turn, you get ready, hard left, straight down the hill.
And in a road car, you have more time to think about the summer.
And then all the way down the hill, it's so fast, so high a load, so many G's. Make your way through turn 7, turn 8,
and of course, 9. Coming through here, you're thinking about either an overtaking opportunity into 11, or setting yourself up to get one down the straight, or not be overtaken. This is critical, turn 11, isn't
Exactly.
it?
These are the only two true good opportunities to pass somebody in your class, or get past, as he said. So yeah, you'll be looking at that, and then as we go down the front straight, start finish, go up over the hill, look down ahead into turn 1, and again, like you said, a lot of heavy braking here, and they will actually apex early, let the car come up through the center, then apex again, hard to throttle, use up all the track, up to turn 3, up on the curbs. You actually point to those big red curbs, and then you got to use up all the track all the time.
And everyone does on the exit of this, don't they?
And everyone does. Another pretty good passing zone, especially when between the different categories, is right under Mother's Bridge here into turn 5.
We were hitting 100 miles an hour there. Did you see that up on the digital display? We're in a GSF, everybody. So we're in a 4-door sedan right now. So and we're hustling, just so you know.
Well, that's what we do, right?
That's what we do. And this is, I love the compression here. Ooh.
This is probably one of the most difficult turns for anybody that you talk to of any track.
Yep.
You really get light as you get into it, and then you pick up load, and if you miss it, I mean, you're out in the weeds for sure.
Well, normally you wouldn't have the track blower out as we go over the top here, but whoa! Do you know you're dropping 180 feet down from there? That's 6 stories.
You had to tell me that, right?
In 450 feet, you achieved that. I know that because I did a feature yesterday on it. I mean, quite incredible. Now, obviously, you've driven so many race cars. You've driven so many road cars associated with the brands you've driven for. And being part of the Lexus world now, I mean, you were lucky enough to drive the LFA a lot, weren't you?
Yes.
I mean, so was I.
I probably spent, I mean, in all honesty, I've probably done close to 25,000 track miles in about 7 different race LFAs. It's just incredible. All at the racetrack. I mean, not on the city streets, but at the racetrack.
And do you know how hated you are right now by just saying that? There are, I know that, I mean, you mention LFA, you post a video with LFA on, and you get millions of viewers. What made that car so sort of, I don't know, it was emotional, it touched a nerve. Why did it do that?
You know, there has been so much talk over the years, I mean, a lot of years, of Japanese supercars.
Yeah.
That is still the one and only true Japanese supercar. I mean, it was ground up, purpose-built, carbon fiber tub. The Formula One division built the V10 engine in it. And the thing that, you know, I was one of the guys, I mean, it was me and the Russe-san. Yeah. And unfortunately, he was killed at Nürburgring, the original designer. And we did the first ever event at Homestead, and we're on the track there. And even with the pre-prototype, I mean, these were hand-built, not that all of them weren't hand-built, I mean, but these were absolute prototypes. There was only 2 of them in the world. Yeah. And so you can imagine that pressure on you. Yeah. And we just went out and just ran and ran and ran. I mean, ran hard miles. Okay. And those cars never missed a beat, ever missed a beat. The very early ones to the pre-prototypes to the productions, and then you just kept getting better and better until they went to production, more refined, a little nicer, a little cleaner to drive, but absolutely incredibly fast. I did an event with Lexus at the in Las Vegas at the Motor Speedway there. Every guy that went for a ride with me, Joe, ended up becoming part of the over 185 mile an hour club. As we rolled in turn 1.
And people throw around big numbers with road cars, but doing 185, it's not easy.
On a 2 mile over.
On a 2 mile over. I mean, that's a lot. So what I loved about that car, I mean, we're talking about a car obviously that is over a decade ago now, but it was, and the designer, the engineer who they did a great feature on the other day in one of the magazines, which I really enjoyed, was his passion for that project. Yeah. What was his name?
Narusse.
So Narusse. So Narusse, when his passion for that project was so enormous, the level of detail, the attention to detail, that when I drove it, because you had a little hiatus doing some other manufacturer work, which allowed me to have a little play in the car, I was blown away because I didn't expect to be able to drive that car that fast, lap after lap. I did Monticello in the rain, and I swear they couldn't get me out of the car because it was so good. But now obviously with the whole F-Sport range and like the LC500, where you know, I see the LFA in that car. And I'm happy about it. You know, it brings a lot to that car.
And I think that was one of the many things that Lexus has been doing. One, you know, moving from, you know, pure luxury to luxury and performance. And early on, when you saw a lot of that leading edge technology, you know, the dash and what it did, and how the attack movement went, and all those things, and all that's been carried forward. A lot of that technology has been carried forward into not only the F brand cars, but also, you know, the complete lineup of Lexus cars. And for me personally, I mean, I had the opportunity to launch the ISF, which was a lot of years ago. Yeah. And that was such a great car. And then the LFA, and then the RCF, and the GSF, and I'm looking forward to those and other more great ones.
Whatever.
Yeah, that's right.
You know, we are here at this incredible racetrack, and you know, with 2 races to go, let's talk about the season. What a learning curve. I know we've touched on it, we talked about it through the year. The team, the car, reliability is there. Don't you feel that it's just like it's one step away from one step.
Right.
Just gee whiz.
You know, it's been such an insane, crazy, unexpected year in some positive ways and in some negative ways. Negative being there's things that have happened to us that 100% out of our hands that I still
scratch your head around.
Yeah. I don't get. I mean, we had such a great car at the Glen and Mossport and some other tracks, and
I swear you were going to get podiums. I mean, I'm watching from the pit lane.
I mean, Elkhart Lake, perfect example. We're running second. We ran second the whole race, and then had that crazy yellow flag situation, none of which was our control. And we ended up getting cycled back to like 8th or 9th, and I was like, "What?" Just, I mean, typically a yellow flag,
you gain
like, that's a happy dance right there. And then here, so you know, it's been one of those situations. I'm really incredibly proud of Lexus and what they've done. You got to talk about a ground-up, startup, brand new program, and you see some of these other programs in. I mean, we've both seen them, where new manufacturers have gotten involved in sports on the motorsport level, and they can't even hit it after 2 or 3 years. Look at Honda and IndyCars.
Takes a lot,
how hard it was for them, and even Toyota on the IndyCar side. I mean, it wasn't. It takes time. That's the only way you can put it. And so I think what we've done with the Lexus program, in reality, has been pretty stellar of what we've achieved.
But you set your own bar too hard. No, you know, the minute you started to be on the front couple of rows of the grid, the minute you started getting fastest race laps, you know, the fan base in the whole Lexus USA racing world start to go as well. We're here. We're about to do it. So you know, you actually raised the bar for yourselves, and now you've got to live up to it.
And we've got, you know, we've gotten our first pole, and we've got a bunch of top 5s, and so now we got to get to the podium, and once you get to the podium, you get to top the podium. So
it's going to be a great race. Thanks for joining us. Thanks. Scott stayed behind a little longer today in his race suit just to do this with us. It's going to be a great race weekend. Remember, follow along on all the social media, Lexus Racing USA, and if you ever want to get your Uber license, I mean, I swear there's some nice pocket money in it. You'll be good. I know the guy will lend you a car. There are 4 people. You can do the mints. You can do the mints and a bottle of water and a little bobblehead up in the dashboard.
Uber driver.
Uber driver. That's
all right.
Next.
Justin, always great, man.
Always good.